Hey everyone, today I'm going to make some baked chicken wings. And if you've been following the news lately, you'll know that into March and April it's a popular time both for basketball and some other sports, and people normally are buying a lot of wings at the restaurants, but they're all closed. So the grocery stores have a lot of them and for a pretty good price. So this might be a good time next time you go to the store to pick up a pack. So we have our chicken wings, and we have a bowl of milk. We have some flour already in a bowl. I've never used this. It looked good, so I'm going to use this pre-seasoned flour and cornmeal mix. And then I got a couple other seasonings to throw in. This is probably my favorite to use, as you probably know if you've been watching my videos. It's some red pepper and some garlic, a couple other things. And I like this. Well, I haven't tried it. It looked interesting. Some garlic and dried parsley that's going to go in as well. So I'm going to put the chicken in the milk for a little bit to soak before I put it into the flour mix. And that kind of just helps our flour and our cornmeal stick to the chicken. Makes it a little juicier. You can tell the difference if you don't soak it for a little bit first. So our chicken is soaking in some milk and some water, and like I said, we have our flour. I'm just going to pour some of our mix of cornmeal and flour and some seasonings into our mixing bowl. And you don't want to use too much because you don't want to throw it away, but you don't want to use too little, otherwise it starts to clump when the chicken goes in. And I put in some of my PJ's Deep South seasoning. And as you can see, it's some red pepper, some garlic, a couple other seasonings. It's a good multi-purpose seasoning mix. And our garlic and parsley. Bought this, I've never used it. I hope it's good. Garlic parsley, so we're gonna put about that much in. Okay, and then you shake that so you kind of get a sifting effect. Our seasoning mix is all mixed up. Our wings are still soaking. And since this is going in the oven, we're not frying it in a fryer or a pan, I'm going to put down some olive oil on the aluminum foil. And this is extra virgin olive oil in a spray bottle. It's good for baking. This is so your wings don't stick. Let's go ahead and do one. So we're going to take a wing and shake off some of the excess moisture, and then it's going to go in our bucket of flour and seasoning and cornmeal. And I'm going to shake off make sure you get it covered and shake off any extra. That's pretty good. It's going to go in the pan. You don't want to overcrowd these either. If you have to do 2 batches, that's okay. I'll do another one just to show. And I got these at the Winn-Dixie on Government and Catherine in Midtown here in Mobile, but I'm sure all the grocery stores have them. Like I said, with everything that's going on right now, the restaurants, the wing shops aren't doing as much. The wing shops aren't doing as much business, and there's a lot of them, so you can get a good deal on chicken wings at the moment. Buy some and freeze them. And you probably just heard the dog bark. That's Benny. He's my 3-year-old Newfoundland. They're kind of like a Saint Bernard if you're a dog person. He's out in the backyard. So you can hear him. And that is 8 wings in the pan. And so we're going to put them, cover them with the shiny side away from the food, and then we're going to Stick them in the oven at 400 degrees, and I'm doing 2 batches, so I'm going to check these in about 45 minutes. So now let's talk about our wing sauce. We're going to do several ingredients. We're going to go over those real quick. Got some olive oil, some Louisiana hot sauce, some red wine, some tomato paste, molasses, a little bit of cornstarch, some honey, and a little bit of apple cider vinegar. To start, I'm going to put the stove on a little under medium heat, and first thing I'm going to put in is a little bit of our olive oil. If I can get the bottle open. Let's see. It turns out it was a cork and not in fact a twist top, so I got it. And that's enough. So I'm going to take 1/2 cup of our hot sauce and pour that in. And then let's go ahead and take just a little bit of our apple cider vinegar. And about the equivalent of about a tablespoon. There we go. We're going to do 1 cup of red wine. This is a Malbec, but you could probably use just about anything you'd like. I also like Merlot. But okay, let's do some honey next, and probably the equivalent of 2 tablespoons. We don't want too much. We don't want it to burn. We don't want it to. There we go. That's enough of that. So before we add our cornstarch or our molasses or our tomato paste, let's just give that a quick stir for a minute. Same thing for our molasses, but we don't want quite as much of that, so let's just give it a couple of squeezes. Molasses is, has a little bit of a stronger taste, and we don't want to go overboard with molasses. So we're going to stir that in. About 1/2 spoon of cornstarch. Go that in, and then we're going to take our tomato paste and start with 1 spoon of that, and let's do 1 more. But you can, if you like more tomato, you can do more than that. So with our tomato paste and our cornstarch and our honey, this is going to definitely start to thicken. So you want to get a whisk and just kind of help that get started, so you don't end up with these clumps of ingredients. I've added a little bit more cornstarch and a little bit more honey, but as you can see, it's starting to thicken. I just have to keep stirring this for a few minutes. And I'm going to make one last minute addition to the recipe. I'm going to put in about 1/2 cup of passion fruit juice. Just thinking about that, I think that might actually be kind of good. And cooking's really more of an art than a science. And you can change recipes around, and sometimes you make something a little bit different each time, and you never quite make the same thing twice, and that's okay. So it's been 40 minutes since we put the wings in, and for this last part we're going to let them cook uncovered so they can get a little more brown. If you let them cook uncovered the whole time, though, they will dry out, and that won't be any good at all. Okay, good. So the wings are done in the oven, and I've now put them in a skillet just on medium heat. You can still, they're still sizzling from the oven, just so we can pour in our sauce and kind of help our sauce cook in until we get a nice brown texture. Go ahead and turn the stove off, and these wings can just kind of sit in the sauce for a minute until they are ready to serve. And as you can see, we are all done for our wings, and I think they look pretty good myself. So until next time, bone apple teeth.